here on Inspiration with Felix Dadzie. My name is Felix Dadzie, and if you're watching us on television, I want to say welcome. If you're watching us on YouTube, I also want to welcome you. But if you're watching us on television, I want you to go on YouTube and subscribe to our page, that is INSPIRATION, Inspiration with Felix Dadzie. And I want you to subscribe so that you can share with your friends and your loved ones. Awesome conversations right here on Inspiration with Felix Dadzie. We are here to inspire so that you can go out and impact your world. My guest for today, you will love him. I love his intelligence. I love his persona, and he's going to blow you up with so much wisdom. Today we'll be talking about the power of creative education. You know, the focus in Africa, especially in Ghana, has been on the sciences, has been on the business courses, especially for the youth in our schools. But today we'll be finding out the power of creative education. Some people say education, some also say education. So whichever where you belong, you can take it like that, okay? So we'll be focusing on that, and I trust that this will inspire you. And he has a very remarkable educational format to share with us, and I know that it will be a blessing in your life. Don't go anywhere. Right after this break, I'll be talking to Reverend Johnnie Oquaye, and he'll be sharing something amazing with us right here on Inspiration. Don't forget, go on YouTube at S Inspiration with Felix Dadzie. When we come back, we will be having a conversation that will actually massage your mind and also be a blessing to you. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Inspiration right here with me, Felix Dadzie. My guest for today is the one and only Reverend Johnnie Oquaye. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You're looking amazing.
Same as you.
I should steal your suit away.
Now I'm gonna hold it a little bit closer to me now. I'm good. You've got a lot of energy. I was feeling asleep. I was falling asleep actually.
You were.
Yeah, before you came, and now you woke me up. Yeah, you woke me up. So yeah, right. I'm feeling giddy, ready to go. Yeah.
Now let's talk about you first, and then we'll get into the package that you have for us, and then we'll talk about the power of creative education and the importance of creative education. So let me allow you to introduce yourself to our viewers. Who is Reverend Johnnie Oquaye?
Reverend Johnnie Oquaye wears quite a few hats actually.
Okay.
I'm a music producer.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah. I'm an educator.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a graphic designer. Yeah. I'm a pastor.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're counting.
Yeah, it goes on.
Okay,
yeah,
it goes on. Are you a footballer too?
Matter of fact, I'm also a breakdancer. Oh, believe it or not, yeah.
You dance?
Oh, back in the days. Yeah.
In Ghana, did you dance?
Yes, I did a bit of dancing in Ghana. I did. Yeah, I used to did a bit of dancing also abroad. Matter of fact, I danced with Tiwa Savage once.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to high school together. So anyway, yeah.
Okay. Where did you go to high school?
I did some education in Ghana. I did some in the UK. I did some in America. So
okay.
I'm quite cosmopolitan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If not for the fact that your members will be watching you, I would have allowed you to do something.
No, unfortunately, I'm a bit too old now. Yeah, I remember the last one in America. I was with my daughter. I was teaching a couple of dance moves, and the police came knocking on our doors because the neighbor downstairs. Yeah, the neighbor downstairs called the cops because we do the Running Man and all the crazy stuff, and they thought something was happening. They thought something was happening here. They called the police and that. The cops came knocking on the door and said, "Hey, you're making too much noise." Oh man, crazy.
So you wear quite a number of hats depending on what you're doing.
Yeah. So basically, as you can tell, this school is an expression of who I am as a person. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now today we're talking about the power of creative education. And do you think creative education has been relegated to the bottom?
It's not, definitely. I think if you at home in an African family, and you're good at math, English, the sciences, then you are the favorite child, and if you get into creativity, they think you're not as clever, but I think creativity runs the world, really, because creativity is all about, using imagination to create new things. But people like to put people in a box.
Okay.
Yeah, and at times, we just need to learn how to just come out of the box and express ourselves the way we have to. I heard a story the other day of a little boy who was trying to express himself, and they thought he had some demonic things in him, and they tried to exercise him instead of trying to get his creativity out. So I think creativity has been relegated, and it really has to be encouraged, because I believe the world in which we're living in is not just about what it's about what you could do. And creativity is such an important thing that the Jewish people, they teach that, right? They teach the children creativity, and also they give you mainstream education as well. That's why you see someone like Apostle Paul. He got to a place when he was no longer part of the Sanhedrin, and he was a tent maker. Jesus was a carpenter. The disciples were of Jesus were fishermen. It gets to a place in life where if you can use your hands, you could create wealth. And another story that really inspired me was,
I love that. If you can use your hands.
You can create wealth. Yeah, you can create wealth. I met a guy the other day. He came straight from Lebanon. He came to Ghana in 2018. I met him, and he did our studio for us. He couldn't really speak English, but skills itself as a form of communication. All he said was, bro, let me do your work for you, bro. And he came in here, did the studio.
Okay.
That was 4 years ago. Now he lives in one of the most affluent places in Ghana, in Transaco.
Wow. In
4 years, he came to Ghana just with a toolbox. Could not really speak English. They didn't have a car. He was sitting on motorbikes, Okadas. And the Okada is when a motorbike is like a taxi motorbike. And he was going around. And 4 years later, when I came back to Ghana, and he said, bro, you need to come to my house. Come and let me show you around. So he took me. I met him in an Infiniti. He was driving an Infiniti. He took me to his workshop. He was living in a 5-bedroom house in Transaco. And he was living well, because he was good with his hands, and he started a carpentry factory, and he's doing pretty well. So I believe that I'm on a mission here to teach people how to express themselves creatively. Yeah.
Okay. You are on a mission to teach.
Yeah, I'm on a mission.
Okay.
I'm not only on a mission to teach people creativity. I think creativity is what is done in all schools right here. I started off with interactive multimedia at university. Then I did a bit of and graphic design, and then ended up in design management. So I've been around the spectrum of design. I'm a creative director right now, so to speak. So I'm trying to bring my expertise and my knowledge into Africa, to my brothers and sisters, and encourage them that, listen, if you're creative, you can make money. You can leverage in your creativity. If you're creative in this generation in which we're living in, especially with this social media, going on, you can leverage on your creativity. And the most important thing, you could be a digital nomad. That means you could be living in Ghana, right? People are complaining that the city is depreciating. Fine, you can still be earning dollars in America, from America. Wow. You could be earning Australian dollars. You could be working with guys in Germany and making some euros. So I believe we're privileged that the internet has changed the way in which we communicate and the way in which we make money. And I believe that we just have to people have to be taught how to become freelancers. So that's what we've put together, the TAF College, the African Freelancers College.
The African Freelancers College.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And that's what you do.
That is what we want to do. Okay. The TAF. It's not just teaching creativity. It's about teaching creativity and also teaching the business side of creativity.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because it's not good enough just being creative. Okay, I'm saying that because when I used to be a music producer, we were all bedroom producers, very creative people making music in our bedrooms at university.
Okay.
Then it got to a place where I met a guy who was so good at making music.
Okay.
So the whole idea was, I said, you know what? I'm not going to do music anymore. I'm not going to make music. I'm going to manage producers, because I met a lot of bedroom producers. And so one of the guys, which I was pretty much mentoring, I was going to manage him until I got the call in to go to Bible school.
Wow.
He did Hurt Me with Stefflon Don.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So I met him, and he was so good. I went home, I took my recording studio, gave it to him. I said, listen, from today on, I'm going to be a manager. And that's how I got into management. So I believe in creativity is just not enough. You also need to understand the business side of creativity. That's why you realize people like TLC, they Tribe Called Quest, all those guys, they were artists and selling $1 million records, and they were still broke, because they didn't understand the management side of things. So we have set up a school called the African Freelancers College, and our focus is not to teach you only creativity, but also I've partnered with some guys in London, and we've come up with a course made out of 13 different modules called the Freelancers course. It's a diploma course. And in that course, we're going to teach you the rudimentary principles of business, like, and it's all applied. So very hands-on, okay, very kinesthetic, very practical. And then we teach you business management. Mm-hmm. We teach you bookkeeping. We teach you a bit of business law. You know, okay. Yes, we teach you a bit of marketing, okay, branding, how to brand your business and brand your personal branding.
How to brand.
Exactly, okay. How to brand. Yeah. Then we're going to look into soft skills, which I believe strongly we really lack in Ghana: customer services. Okay, we teach you customer service, how to interact with your clients. We teach you emotional intelligence. We teach you problem solving. We teach you emotional intelligence. You know, we teach you all these things, so you're thoroughly equipped, not only as a creative person, but also how to become a business person. And the beautiful thing about the school is when you graduate, we will register a company for you. So when you leave here, you can go out there and start making money for yourself.
Wow.
Yes.
But do you think the creative person needs all of these? I thought the creativity is enough. The person can do something with his hand. Why does the person need all these things? You spoke about branding. You spoke about emotional intelligence. You spoke about a lot of things that the person will need in addition to the creativity he or she has from God. Why does the person need all these things?
Will the creativity put food on your table? Mm-hmm. No, it wouldn't. Mm-hmm. If you know how to, if you have the creative skills, you need to find a job. Okay. Why go look for a job when you can create? You can be the master of your own destiny, and not only look for a job in Ghana, paying cities, but you can work with people internationally on a global scale. Okay. So why just do a creative course and be limited looking for a job? And there's hardly any jobs out there. We all know about the unemployment rate in Ghana. And not only that, COVID has destroyed a lot of things. So I want people to learn that if I'm a creative person, it's just not enough. Because if you're creative, you need to find a job. But I'm just saying you don't need to find a job. You can be your own boss and create job for yourself and even others.
Okay. Create a job.
You can create jobs for others by being an employer.
Okay.
So I'm saying come to us and we'll show you how to be a businessman and a businesswoman by the time you leave us.
By the time you leave.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Let's talk about creative people. How are they supposed to be managed at home? If a parent has a child who loves music, and I'm sure when the child is growing, you will detect early, there will be early signs of what the child can do. You'll find out that the child now is drawn towards playing the keyboard. You find out the child is drawn towards playing football. The child is drawn towards the computer because of IT stuff. You find out that child dismantles everything he finds at home, trying to repair it, dismantle, and repair over and over and over. How do you manage such a child? And also, how do you position such a child into a position where he or she will be fulfilled in life?
Before I answer the question, okay, I'm going to start with a story.
With a story.
Yeah, a very brief story. There was this lady who was very fidgety in school in London, okay, the teacher told the parents there's something wrong with this child. So they wanted to put them on, some form of take them to the psychologist and all the stuff because ADHD and all those things. They have all these things that they attach to kids when they are misunderstood or they're trying to express themselves creatively. So they took this child to this place, and then there was someone was playing the piano, and the child started dancing, and they told the mother, "There's nothing wrong with your child. Your child is a dancer." And before you realize, they took this girl through to dancing school, graduated, and now she's working with Andrew Lloyd Webber, and she's done so many theatrical movies, shows in London. But if they were misunderstood as children, I think personally, what the signs you need to look out for when you see a child who is creative, find out what their passion is. I see my children all the time, they're drawing. They love to draw. They love to draw. I just bought them lots of pencils. Wow. And I love lots of paints. Okay. And then I've bought them lots of color pencils. Okay. And then I've given them computers. Okay. But my children are also very smart. My boy can tell you everything about the solar system. My boy can tell you, my daughter can tell you about she loves science. She wants to be a marine scientist. My son, I don't know what he wants to be. He wants to be everything. 1 minute he wants to be, I believe he wants to be an astronaut. I think that's what he really wants to do. So when you see your child try, okay, I think before I can answer the question, creativity first has to be defined. Because in Africa, once we talk about creativity, we're talking about drawing and pen, and making music or making woodwork. No, you could be a tech person. You need to be creative. Creativity is just using your imagination to create something new. Okay. So you could be in the tech industry and be creative. You could be a doctor and be creative. You could be whatever you do and be very creative. Okay? And that's what creativity is not limited to what you could do with your hands. But over here, we focus more on what you could do with your hands. So it's more about vocational training. Okay? And here we also going to be doing also about media training. Okay, we are going to be doing entrepreneurship as well. Yeah, so we are working with some farmers at the moment. We're working with some chiefs. So anyone who graduates from them, we'll give them an acre of land, and then what they learn from aquaculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, whatever it is, we will give them an acre of land, and then they can start. They can start running their own farms. So there's so many things. I just did a deal yesterday with a garage. So we're going to be teaching auto mechanics, where people can learn, because in Ghana there's an influx of car companies like Toyota coming into Ghana, like Suzuki coming into Ghana, like VW into Ghana, and all these people are looking for skilled workforce, but they don't have a skilled workforce. If we have more schools like ourselves, or what we're trying to do, what we can do is we can give them at least the basic training, so by the time they get to Toyota or any of these companies, they're not too green. Mm-hmm. And then they can build them up from there. So what we're trying to do is we lots of skills training. And that is what we're trying to do: skills training, creative training, vocational training, all the stuff. Putting it together to, change the lives of many in Ghana.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So when you notice that you, the parents, you have to try help the child.
Yes.
Okay.
Give them an opportunity. I mean, what?
An opportunity.
An opportunity. I think we lack opportunity in this place. So actually, what we have done now, apart from the freelancers in the daytime, between 4 and 6, we call the young freelancers, and we're going to open our doors for kids between 8 years old to 16 years old can come in here and learn everything the adults are learning.
Wow.
So we're going to be teaching kids hairdressing. We'll be teaching kids how to sew. We'll be teaching children how to play an instrument. Okay. We'll be teaching kids real life photography. Okay. So after school, instead of going to do math and English again, why don't you open your mind to something new? It's a therapeutic. Bring your kids in here, let them learn some real life skills that even when they're at university studying something, right? Guess what? They can be making money on the side rather than working in the supermarket. They could be monetizing their creativity. Look at Michael Jackson, Jackson 5. His father came home one day and said, you know what? You guys are going to learn how to play instruments. And now we all know the greatest, the king of pop, Michael Jackson. But it took their father one day to come home and say, you are going to learn how to play an instrument. And I believe we need to encourage our kids with creativity. And one of my friends, they play all the instruments when they get home. They play the drums and they have when they have in the morning worship at home, it's beautiful. I think creativity is the heartbeat of life. Okay. And we need to encourage it in all our homes. Creativity is the heart of life. Yeah, it's the heartbeat. The heartbeat of life. And it has to be encouraged. Encouraged. Yes. Yes. It opens certain parts of your brain that closes after a little while. Yeah.
But they say creative people die poor. What do you think as the reason?
I think there's an old perception.
An old perception.
That's an old perception of.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I fully understand they say they die poor, but that's an old. You see, that's why I said before. Thank God for social media, the World Wide Web. Thank God for internet. Listen, my daughter is selling things on Snapchat.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. These kids are selling. There's a big marketplace out there. Kylie Jenner is a billionaire and she doesn't even own a warehouse. She uses her name and she drops ships from China and from the rest of the world and she puts her face in it and she makes money doing it. Listen, back in the days, creative people were poor, but now if you're creative, you are rich. Mm-hmm.
If you're creative, you are rich.
You are rich. Mm-hmm. Because as long as you understand the business, how to leverage your creativity and market yourself, now it's all about social media marketing, advertising. That's why we're doing it here. So in this creative place, we have graphic designers going to be here. We have people doing cosmetology going to be here. We have videographers that are going to be here. We have fashion designers in here. We've partnered with so many different people like Elicam the tailor is going to be running his course from here. We've partnered with people like Hammer from the last two. He's going to be mentoring students in here. I mean, the list goes on. We are talking to Twins Don't Beg at the moment to come and help out with photography. So we are breaking deals every day. January is going to be explosive. Okay. In the school. This school is a hybrid of real life workplace, okay, education-based diploma courses from London, MBTI from Ghana. We have influencers coming around. We're going to be working with corporate Ghana on real life projects. So it's just not your ordinary average school where you just come around and they give you a classroom and they give you a very boring exam and you scratch your head. No. This place is going to be like pow wow. It's going to be off the Rifter scale.
Interesting. Let's talk about unemployment.
Yes.
A bit in Ghana because we're talking about education. The power of creative education. Do you think creative education can solve a lot of employment issues?
It can. So not just employing. I was with Oquaye the other day. Okay. And Oquaye is an aeronautical engineer. Okay. he had no fun. He had no joy becoming an aeronautical engineer.
Yeah.
And now we know he's the biggest YouTube, one of the biggest YouTuber in Ghana and maybe in Africa. Okay, what is he doing? Creativity. I met a girl the other day. You know, I'm a pastor. A couple of years ago, and we were evangelizing on the streets, telling people about God and that sort of thing. And we met this girl, and she was standing in front of a school, and it was a fashion school, and we exchanged numbers and everything. From time to time I call, I pray for her. Something happened. She posted something on her WhatsApp status. And I was blown away. And I asked her, "Did you make this?" She said, "Yes, I made this." This girl was at university and she studied banking. Graduated for about 3 to 4 years, couldn't find a job in the banking sector. And she woke up one day and she goes, "Enough is enough. I'm going to learn fashion design." Now this girl has graduated.
Wow.
And she's working with one of the biggest fashion design houses, Christy Brown. Right? And she's shadowing her, and she's doing amazing. Now, if she did not follow her creativity, she would have been unemployed, still waiting for a bank to employ her.
She would just be waiting.
She would just be sitting down, waiting for a bank to employ her. And as we all know, there's hardly any jobs out there. Yeah. So we need to encourage people to learn as you're waiting for the big job, that big day. Let's start with some creativity. And as time goes on.
Because I think a lot of people look down on these creative jobs, like who respect photographers. But now it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. I think the world has changed. Okay. I mean, I know a guy called Gemma. Yeah. Gemma Photography. Okay. He is, I think, definitely in the top 10 photographers in Ghana. Wow. No, top 5 photographers. He has 250,000 followers. Wow. He was my partner's best friend. Okay. So that's why I said I know him. I remember when they started off, they were always together and stuff. Mm-hmm. When he started off, I remember my partner studied physician assistant. Mm-hmm. At university, and he left, and he's a photographer as well. He has about 50K followers online. You can go check him out. Studio 180. Okay. Yeah. And his partner was Gemma. They used to work together, and Gemma Photography is doing amazing. 250, and all diaspora. He's making a very good living with photography, and he's become a household name. Okay. Again, as I said before, they laugh at you that you're a photo driver, and but now people are being celebrated. Yeah. They call you seamstress. Back in the day, they call you a tailor. Uh-huh. But now you're a fashion designer. You're celebrated. How was that possible? Because now value has been placed on creativity. Yes, a lot of value has been placed on creativity, and social media has brought a lot of exposure to people's creativity. That is why I love the power of social media. And no, actually, social media is just not enough. It's only an aspect of the internet. Okay. So I love the power of the internet.
Interesting. How does one who is a creative, someone who has creative skills, you spoke about branding. How does he brand himself to the outside world so that he or she can make maximum impact for profit and also for global recognition?
I mean, there's so many things that you need to do. I mean, I think the very important part is your interpersonal skills, your communication skills. Okay. Your customer service skills. Yeah, because you need to understand about retention of customers. Okay, there's certain people when you speak to them, you don't want to do business with them anymore. Exactly. Their attitude. Okay. Hello, how are you? They answer the phone and you're wondering. What's wrong with you? You call the phone. Hello, hi, my name is. How can I help you? So if your company's called Dadzie Records.
I love that.
Hey, this is Dadzie Multimedia. How can I help you? Just little things. Just the way you introduce, that people take you more seriously. That there's so many different things, but I think we need to just get the rudimentary, things out of the way first. The way you look, perception is key. When you look at you looking smart, dapper. I love the pen, the check, yeah, you're looking amazing,
You're not following your steps.
No, you're not. And I can smell the fragrance and smell, smelling really good. These are the things, the pen you use, the way you express yourself. People look at you and they take you seriously. And at times, people come in the body odor. It was like, oh, wow. And are you serious? The certain things, there's so many little things how to brand yourself, especially in Africa. We need to really take these things very, very seriously. Timekeeping is all part of your brand.
Very important.
Very, very, very. You tell someone, let's meet at 5 o'clock.
It has to be 5.
And they come at 6:15. But when you say 5 o'clock, be there 5:30. Be there 4:30. All these things speak volumes about who you are as a person, and if you can be taken seriously. Because if you can take yourself seriously, then you can take others seriously.
If you can take yourself seriously, then that means you can take others seriously.
The Bible even says, if you cannot look after what is others, how would someone give you what is yours? If you can care about something that doesn't belong to, that belongs to others, then you will also look after yours even better.
Amazing. We're still here and we're having a wonderful conversation with Reverend Johnnie Oquaye, and I trust that you are getting some key lessons. I'm learning a lot. I trust you are also learning a lot. There is power in creative education. That's what his school does. So let's talk a bit about the school again, and then we'll go and see some of the things that you have. All right. So tell us a bit about the school and whoever who has the opportunity to actually enroll.
Okay. The school, again, has been birthed out of creativity.
Okay.
When I was coming to Ghana, I didn't think I was going to start a school. I came to Ghana 6 months ago.
6 months ago?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I came to Ghana 6 months ago. And matter of fact, I came to set up, I was coming to do a real estate project.
Okay.
That was put on hold because some investors didn't turn up. Also, we had the second one was to set up a restaurant. A restaurant business, it was a great, terrace. We put quite a bit of money into the whole thing, and then one of the partners pulled out.
Oh.
So, I was sitting at home, and one of the things I wanted to do was I used to go to schools and teach kids literacy, how to read. There was a school down in Labadi that I used to go over there and teach them. So when I was coming, I brought 10 laptops.
Wow.
Yeah, and I said, this time around, I don't want to teach kids how to read. I want to teach them creativity. Because, again, I'm from the creative background. I know how to use quite a few softwares. So I wanted to go to school and just train kids. Yeah, and one of my friends was doing that. And what happened was he told me, you know what? If I'm doing anything that is classroom-based, they take 75% of my profit. If I'm doing anything, that means classroom-based, anything to do with the AC or electric, they take the money out of his. And then another place, but if I do anything like sports, they take 50%. And he said, the best thing to do is have your own place. And I just said, okay. And so that was a seed that I was sown. You need to have your own place. If I want to do, do anything to teach what I'm trying to do. Then I remember I was sitting with my driver one day, and he said, you know what? You have all these computers. Why don't you start a media school?
Wow.
And I just said, I don't want to start it. I don't want to train adults. I want to train kids, because I have a passion for the next generation coming. And plus, not only that, there's quite a few media schools around. But there's one thing I remember, it's about differentiation. Everything you do, there's always, the cheapest price. As a marketing principle, there's always a cheapest price. Everyone else must differentiate. So I said, well, if I'm going to do a media school, then what's the differentiator? What is my unique selling proposition? What is special about me? So then we put that on the side. I said, now if I'm going to do a media school, then it has to be superly amazing. Then another, thing came up with the church, whereby we're looking for people to come to church to do our, sound and graphics, and there was no one in there. So I just said, why don't I start a school? I can train people, okay? A media school, train people. But I don't think that is enough, because from a creative background, I know a lot of my friends who are unemployed looking for jobs, and they ended up doing other things. If I can incorporate business into it, then these guys will no longer be unemployed. They can stand on their own feet and become businessmen and women. So I just said, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it a bit special. Hence, we started the African Freelance College for creative people.
Okay. And that's how it was started.
That's how it was all birthed. So we put it all together. And whilst we were doing that one for create, and I remember the lady I told you about, the fashion designer.
Okay.
And she said, what? That's amazing, but people want to learn fashion. So I just said, okay, we'll do fashion. Then she said, well, another thing that you really have to do is cosmetology. So we built this. We built this. We built a salon. So we said we're gonna do a salon. We're gonna do. So we built that one. So it was no longer just me here to teach media stuff, from graphic design and websites and all the stuff. But now I said, what? Then I also had a recording studio, and we said, let's do that. And when I was coming, also I came with a photography equipment, a whole photography studio as part of the training. I was going to train the kids. So I had the space here, thanks to the church. They had a building that was not being used in an old school block. Okay. So I just said, why don't we convert the upstairs and turn it into this, I believe is an amazing space for a creative hub, so that creative people could express their creativity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you turned it into this?
Within 4 months.
4 months.
Exactly.
All right. So, can we have a tour here?
Yes, you can.
All right.
You can
So
have it.
Let's go inside. Let's find out what he's talking about. Yeah. And this school is for creative people. If you're interested in building a business around your creative abilities, I think there's a number to call.
Yeah.
All right. So can you give the number to those who are watching us on television?
The number is 05000-1949-8. And that's my personal number, by the way. And then when you call me, I can just pass you over the school number. And then I don't have the school number off heart. Off my head. So I can give my personal number for now. But call me only for the school, nothing else.
Only for the school, all right?
Yeah, and also you can visit us on our web page, www.tafcollege.com, and you can also check out our social media handles. Just go on Instagram, put Taft College, and it will come up as well.
All right. So let's see the facility of Taft College.
Fabulous. It'll be a privilege to show you around.
Let's go.
Thank you. Okay.
Right. So you can.
So I'll just show you around.
Okay, sure.
So this place is not even 100% completed.
Okay.
From next week, we'll still be doing a bit of work.
Okay.
If I can show you this part is going to be this. As you can see a difference between this side and that side.
Okay.
Yeah, we put a concrete board on the side.
Okay.
Okay, and all the way down here, and we're going to put a glass partition with windows all over here, glass.
Okay.
And this place is going to be a reception area.
Okay.
Okay, for
So that's going to be the reception.
exactly reception area, and then we're going to put another glass partition on the side, and this is going to be a small little office.
Wow.
Okay, for for the students and stuff, and it's going to be here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's great.
For now, let me take you to our recording studio first.
Okay.
Okay. So we have our recording studio here.
Okay.
We have the Raven MTI system.
This is great.
Yeah, as a digital board.
Okay.
So these are it's not your ordinary knob and faders mixing board. It's a digital mixing board.
Wow. So you don't have to be pressing anything.
Yeah, everything is done when it's switched on. Everything is done with on the screen.
Okay. And it appears on the screen and everything.
Yes. Yeah. The door that we're gonna be using
appears on here, and you're doing it's all touch.
This is Ghana.
Yeah.
This is Ghana.
Yeah, and
This
Slade is an amazing guy.
Wow.
And then we have the vocal box in there.
Okay. I didn't
Yes.
even realize that. So this is where the artists will go.
Yes, they'll go in the back there, and
okay.
then they'll be doing all the recording and stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that is it.
Okay.
Next door here, I'll show you around here again. Then this place used to be the live room, so you can see as interconnected to this place. This used to be the live room for the music, but we decided to convert it into photography studio. Okay. So this place now is a photography studio. You can see is all the, yes, you can, sir. Woo. You can do your best pose. You can do your best pose. You can do your best pose. Yeah.
Wow. This is solid. This is solid. Yeah. Is this different from what others use? Because I can see this is
no. It's slightly different. Some people quite actually use that as well, but this uses three reels. Okay. So you can have the white, you can have the black. Okay. Yeah, you can see on this side you can put three different colors in it. Okay. So you can have a green screen if you want to do. Yeah, and you can put whatever color you want as well. But for now we've got just the white over here. Okay. We have top of the range Godox 600 Pro. We have some Sony cameras. We have some Canon cameras. And for our photography, videography section, yeah. So this is where we are.
Wow. So anybody who wants to study photography, this is the place that they will be doing the practicals.
This is where they'll be doing all the practicals and everything. Okay. In here. Yes.
That's a beautiful place.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Beautiful place. All right. So what do you have to tell the young people who also want to do something in terms of their creative abilities? What's your word to them, even as we are going through?
Yeah, I'll just say, listen, we are doing something amazing here. We are going to be training 100 students this year for 100% free. You don't have to pay. Note, as we call it, a tuition-free education. We're going to focus on 50% of our intake is going to be for women.
Wow.
We have something we want to empower the ladies to come and learn their creative skills as well. So 50% of everything of our students are going to be female, and 10% are going to come out of the prison system. Okay. So we're going to be working with the prisons, and we're going to pull out 10 people to give them a second chance in life. We call it a second chance initiative, where we want prisoners who feel like their life is going to amount to nothing to come and learn some creativity as well. Okay. So those are two things that we try to champion. We want everyone. It's going to be a very, very strict recruitment process. So we want people who are dead serious only to come around here. It's going to be a boot camp for creative people.
All right.
Yeah.
Boot camp
for creative people.
And you have something for those who want to do
cosmetology. Let me take you around. All right. Okay, so from now we've been to the music production place. We've been to the photography studio. Let me show you the School of Fashion Design.
The School of Fashion Design.
So we have the School of Fashion Design here.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to be training 10 people at the same time. And the beautiful thing is we have partnered with Alexander Taylor.
Alexander Taylor, okay.
Yes. And he's only what's it called? 5 minutes, a 5-minute walk away from here. Okay. So our school would be, we're going to be doing some practicals in here, and a lot of the theory in here, and then a lot of practicals will be happening in the studio. So it's going to be very hands-on. All his new collections that he's doing, all our students are going to be part of it. Okay. Yeah. This is great. So it's going to be superly amazing.
Wow. I love my uniforms to be suits. This is where
all your caftans.
Oh, my caftans.
Yes. All your caftans can come. We can come in here.
This is a beautiful. Fashion is now
it's really picking up.
Yeah, it's picking up.
Yes. And one thing we want to also focus on is African streetwear. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sure very soon a label is going to come out of this institution very shortly. Look out for it.
All right, I'll look out for it, and I'm going to rock one.
Let me take you around. Let me show you our lab.
The lab.
Yes. This is our computer lab.
Okay.
Okay, and our computer lab is a multifunctional place. You can see that we have all these MIDI keyboards here. So, and everyone gets a laptop when you come in here. You get your laptop, you get a headphone, and you can start doing your music productions here. Then you go to the studio and go and do all your vocals and the engineering. And also, when we have a graphic design class or web design class, we just take these away, we check them in, and then you can come in here and do your lab, social media marketing, and that sort of thing is all going to be done here.
Wow. So how many months is this going to be?
Month, it's going to be as a year's course. January, we end in December, then we get a whole new intake, and we start all over again. Yes.
This is great. This is awesome. I think if you are a creative person and you want to learn, this is the school that you have to be in. Amazing facilities, amazing staff there. And they don't just do the training or the talk training. It is backed by action. It is backed by equipment that will aid you in order for you to have a great experience. So that when you go to the field, because there are IT schools that you are being asked, bring your laptop, and although you having your laptop, but here they have a laptop where when you come in here, you're going to use it to train yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And you saw the studios, amazing studios. So it's a talk and do school, all right? And we need facilities like this in Ghana. And this is where corporate Ghana has to come in. These are schools that need to be helped. These are schools that needs that the government, that corporate society, you have to invest in this because this will help the upcoming generation. Imagine we have 50 unemployed, just 50 unemployed people learning IT, learning how to produce music. I mean, you can imagine what will happen in Ghana. We're not going to complain about people and being underpaid because now you are your own boss.
Exactly.
And they're going to teach you the business aspect of it. You're going to be teaching the business aspect of it.
It's crazy because we have a 5-year plan. And the 5-year plan is not to create 1,000 jobs.
Okay.
We want to create 1,000 companies in 5 years.
So instead of the jobs, you're creating companies.
No. Okay. We're creating companies who can create jobs. Okay, so in here, the first year, we're going to be training 100 people to prove the concept. The second year, we're going to teach another 100 people to reinforce the concept. The third year, we're going to be training 200 people.
Wow.
Okay, so that makes it 400. The third year, we're going to train 300 people. And the fifth year, we're going to train 300 people. And in 5 years, we can train 1,000 people. And when they graduate, each one who graduates, we're going to set up a company for them. And they can go out there and make money by themselves. You see, a man said one thing, which I believe is when you give someone a fish, right, they'll only come back to you the next day for another fish.
Exactly.
But if I give you a boat, you will not only feed yourself, you feed your children, your wife, your friends, and even your community. So what we are doing in here is we just don't want to give people a fish, which is just a creativity. We want to give you a boat, which is the business. So by the time you leave here, you're thoroughly equipped to make your own money and be in charge of your destiny.
All right. Is this the last place that we're yet?
There's one more to go. And check this out. Every room has an AC. Not just AC, inverter ACs. Wow. So you can be in this classroom and enjoy some nice, like, and feel like you are in America or in London somewhere. The weather's nice and cool, and chilly.
No pressure.
No pressure. No sweating. You just come in here. No. You chill. You know, even you look fresh. Let's go, my brother. Yeah, the last room is the School of Cosmetology.
Okay. All right. Wow. I love the atmosphere. This is where we did our first interview. Maybe the first part.
Yeah.
Maybe if you didn't see it, this is where we did our first part. But it's amazing. It's an amazing place.
If you like to sit here.
Okay. So let me take a seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can sit this way. Yeah, you can sit this way.
Okay.
So you could be sitting on the side, This is where the customers are going to be sitting here. Okay. This is the nail bar. Okay. And then the technician will be sitting here.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be giving you all that
Wow.
manicure. Yeah. So you'll be invited for manicure in January, and we're gonna pump you. I will come. Exactly. And also over here we have the backwash here. Okay. And you can come and get yourself a nice little hair wash.
Salon,
oh
so
wow.
This hair dryer.
Okay.
And retouching.
So maybe your mother can come and give us a master class on hair salon.
She will.
So we set up here. We work with a guy called Solana Ghana. Okay. And he's a great guy. Okay. And he is we partner with him to help us do this training. Okay.
They'll be doing the training here.
Yeah, they'll be doing the training. Yeah. Okay. We're doing the training here. Okay. That's right. And so we put something together. Yeah. So
cool. All right. So as you've seen, we're here, and this is a school for creative people. And the number is on your screen. You can call, and then you will speak to Reverend John Oquaye, and then you will have the opportunity to be a part of the 100 people, the first 100 people to be trained by the school. What's your final word to the youth out there?
I just want to tell you that when the going gets tough and the top gets going, just come to Tough College. All right. We will change your perspective with a better alternative.
All right. So this is where we get to wrap up. This is where we get to round off with a wonderful conversation. I had an amazing time. He has a beautiful soul and so much wisdom. Thank you so much. We'll do this again. All right. And my name is Felix Dadzie. Thank you so much for also joining me right here for this beautiful conversation. And I will see you same time on our next edition. Don't forget to go on our page. It is INSPIRATION with Felix Dadzie, Inspiration with Felix Dadzie. I want you to subscribe to the page, and then we will also want you to share with your family and friends. If you're watching this on television, tell your friends and your loved ones that right here on this station, this program show, same time next week. Till then, have a wonderful time, and bye-bye.